What is good, YouTube? My name is George. Welcome to an extremely exciting setup video. I got my coffee, this time in this Old Spice mug that I picked up for $2 at a local flea market. How cool is that? I thought I'd switch things up a little bit, treat myself right. F this little thing. I'm pulling out the big boys. Psych. We're really gonna switch things up. I'm gonna be setting up the very first 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 deck. This is a collaboration between 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄, my company, and Fortune Skateboards. We are most likely doing a single run of these, and I expect them to sell out very quickly, so I definitely recommend you go cop one right now if you want one. You guys get to use discount code GEORGE to get $5 off your deck purchase. So in this video, obviously, I'm going to be setting up the board. I'm gonna tell you the story of Fortune and 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 and how I got to this point.
He got the shot off. Oh, good.
And being that it is the 1st of February, I'm gonna do a reflection on how January went, and I'm gonna set intentions for February. Here's the old board. It's actually still in pretty good condition. If you remember, this was the board that was up on my wall for the longest time. I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this deck as a backup. I'm rocking the Ace 44 trucks, Karma wheels 54 millimeters, some random set of bearings inside, some random set of hardware, and of course trophy grip tape. I've actually got quite a few options here to choose from. White trophy would definitely be a solid match with this graphic, and I love this trophy Metro card graphic, but I think I'm going to save this one and go with the white sheet of trophy grip tape. And of course, I'm going to be setting up the Fortune 𝓉 King of Hearts collab, 8.25 inches wide. All right, so let's see if I could actually figure this out without dying. Wow, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Who would have thunk? Wow, I cannot get over that. That is fucking incredible. So I met Brett, who is the founder of Fortune, about 4 years ago when I was still a college student, and I thought I was going to be taking a more traditional office job, computer science career path, and I had pretty much just started my YouTube channel. Brett hit me up to catch a session at LES skate park, literally just to skate and meet each other. There was no expectation of a business relationship. At the time, Brett was working full-time on Fortune, which actually didn't even make skateboards yet. It was only a clothing brand. Prior to that, I had this vision that self-employed people are irresponsible, crazy, like making a risky decision. But yeah, meeting Brett and seeing what he did for a living, working on his own clothing brand, and he seemed like a relatively normal, responsible dude. I think that genuinely set me on a path to take YouTube more seriously and actually try to figure out if I could make a living from it one day. Sitting here right now in my own apartment, holding my brand's skateboard deck, talking to a camera because YouTube is my full-time job, is a very full circle moment. Like, I really manifested that shit. At some point later on, Brett linked up with Manny Santiago to start the skateboard branch of his brand Fortune. It definitely immediately popped into my head that I would love to get involved with Fortune skateboards. As the months went by, I continued to grow and mature, and I gained confidence in what I was doing, and I hit a point where, like, I literally just asked Brett. I was like, yo, I would love to ride Flow for Fortune, and he was straight up like, yeah, sure, and we did it. And then I was Flow for Fortune. You know, the journey has progressed slowly since then. Now Manny is actually not a part of Fortune anymore, but I'm very thankful for the opportunity that he gave me. So that's kind of one branch of the story of how this collab came to be. The other branch, I think, is my journey with 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄, which is my own clothing brand. I technically started 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 in January 2016, and I had no fucking idea how to do it, like, at all. I literally tried to teach myself how to embroider the 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 logo, which was a logo I hand drew on Snapchat, literally. I tried to embroider that shit on some t-shirts and it went absolutely miserably, but the point is I just sat down and started. Like, for me, the embroidery was a total failure, but that made me realize I need to figure something else out. Eventually I googled custom embroidered hats. At the time, I didn't even have the brand name 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄. I literally just had the logo that I drew by hand, and I got it embroidered on some hats. It's not like I had it all figured out beforehand. brand. That's my personal philosophy on starting big projects like a YouTube channel or a clothing brand. I think you just gotta start putting it out into the world and figuring it out along the way instead of obsessing over the plan beforehand. And it's through the process of starting the brand and through all these failures that I actually learned what the heck I was doing. I remember when those first orders started rolling through, I literally went to my dorm's recycling, picked up a bunch of cardboard boxes, makeshifted boxes for the hat, hand wrote every single shipping address, which led to me waiting forever at the post office while they manually input like the zip codes to calculate the shipping rates. And it's like, I had to go through all that, you know? I had to go through those growing pains in order to learn all the things that I now know. It was all essential in order for me to hit the point where I'm at today with 𝓅𝓇𝒻𝕚𝕒. And you know, just like how I hit the point where I literally asked Brett to ride Flow for Fortune, a few years later, 𝓅𝓇𝒻𝕚𝒄 was doing well. I'm good friends with Brett, so we could literally just talk about it like homies if we want to do an 𝓅𝓇𝒻𝕚𝒄 collab, and that's pretty much how it went down. And I think that brings up another really important lesson that I've taken away from this entire journey, and it's that you should meet people. Just meet people. It's a good thing to do. Every fucking time. It happens every time, and then in every setup video, I literally say the phrase every fucking time. Ah, God. Every time. Every single time. Very meta, but true. And you know, the cool part about telling the story of Fortune and 𝓅𝓇𝒻𝕚 and my YouTube channel and how they're all colliding is that the stories are all still happening. We have no idea where they're gonna go, which is a very exciting thought. Let's get to slicing. You already know I got my handy dandy grip tape pocket knife that I've been gripping every single skateboard with for the longest time. So in the last video, I didn't grip my board on the floor and it was surprisingly easy, so I might try it again. Yeah, I remember this sort of leg lock helping me out. It's really just about the board being stable. It's like when it starts moving around like this is when I don't really get a solid, you know what I'm saying. Usually how I do this is I slice and lift, but I'm just gonna try to fucking send this one and get stability on the board by holding it with my hand right here. Let's see how this goes. Wow, holy shit. Look at how beautiful this skateboard is looking right now. So I'm gonna reflect on how January went by talking about things that went well and things that could have gone better. So one thing that went really well in January for me is I've been spending more time outside, whether it be skateboarding. I've been going for a lot of solo walks, and I know this about myself. I know that being outside for long periods of time simply makes me happy. So I've just been doing it more, just going outside more, and doing that has made me feel a lot happier, a lot calmer through the month of January. Another thing that went really well in January for me is I saw more people. This month I got to catch up with some college friends that I haven't seen in a while. I caught up with an old friend on FaceTime, and these things are incredibly healing and fulfilling for me. A huge change, which was actually kind of a small change, but it made a huge difference. I changed my upload schedule from every Friday to every Monday. I can't even tell you the wonders that this did for my mind state. Like, I feel so much better about being a YouTuber now. I would post my videos on Friday and then the stats would come in all weekend. If I posted a video that was not doing well, 7 of 10, 8 of 10, God forbid 10 of 10, I would feel like f***ing shit the whole weekend. And this realization flooded in all at once. One day I was like, what if I just post on Monday? This has immediately paid off. I'm getting to enjoy my weekends a lot more, starting my weeks more excited to make a video because I actually had a break. It kind of blows my mind because it's such a simple change, but it's like f***ing almost euphoric. Another thing that went really well in Germany. I was about to say Germany. Another thing that went really well in January, I've been trying to do these nightly reflections. It's really helping me unwind and calm down at night. Almost similar to how the Monday upload schedule is allowing me to really let go, relax, chill, and enjoy the weekend. I think these nightly reflections are allowing me to let go of the day that I just experienced and get ready for the next day. So those are the main things that I've identified that went really well for me in January. And I think they all share this common theme of like prioritizing joy and prioritizing ease. Y'all talk about steezy, I'm talking about Jeezy, joy and ease. Spending more time outside, spending more time with people, changing to a Monday upload schedule, and doing these nightly reflections. They're all about finding joy and ease in life. I intend to continue this into February. It's okay to choose things that make you happier. Like, why not? So what could have gone better in January? So the main thing that I identified is that despite switching to the Monday upload schedule, I leave most of the work for Thursday and Friday. And Thursday and Friday ends up being this hyper stressed, literally feels like finals week of college, where I am just non-stop crunching to get my video done. So I really want to address this in February. I want to look out for myself a little more. I want to get more of the editing done on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Literally as soon as I have footage, just start chipping away at the editing to avoid putting myself into that editing binge, which makes me so freaking miserable. And it's snowing. Can you see it? I might have to go for a little frolic in the snow after I film this. And y'all ready to finish this setup in literally 5 seconds? Where has this been all my life? Wow. All right, y'all, so here it is. The first motherfucking Arrow Skateko deck. I really did that. If you want to cop the first ever Fortune Arrow collab deck, the link is right there at the top of the description. I definitely think these boards are going to go fast, so make sure you go cop right now if you want one. Please use discount code George to get $5 off your purchase. What a journey it's been. Thank you guys for riding along with me and for continuing to do so. Curious where I'll be in another 4 years or so. Kind of crazy to think about. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. Make sure you subscribe, like, drop a comment. I've got a Patreon where I post a bunch of exclusives now, and catch you next time. At some point later on, Brent, with that said,